Let's stop the noise. Oke. Ini bintang tamunya kita malam ini nih. Tapi sebelumnya kita hot news dulu. Jadi pertama congratulations dulu untuk Tabanan BMX ya. Apa Lam? Ada Ilham di belakang layar seperti biasa.
Halo.
Yang kemarin ada TXC ya, Ilham ya. TXC BMX Competition kemarin hari Minggu udah berjalan sukses. Congratulations untuk BMX Tabanan. Ditunggu eventnya yang lebih besar dan lebih sering. Semoga diperlancar ya Lam ya.
Iya. Bisa lah tiap bulan ya buat event dong. Terus ya.
Target. Next ada bocoran event lagi nih untuk di bulan Juni, tapi di Bandung.
Ya.
Jadi untuk kalian yang BMX street atau park dan aggressive inline, bersiap-siap, panaskan badan karena tanggal 12 dan 13 Juni akan ada kompetisi lagi di sana. Tempatnya di Veteran 119, jadi di V119 BMX Park. Mudah-mudahan jadi. Ya. Oke, tidak usah berlama-lama lagi. We have Pak CHRISTY here. First of all, thank you for spending time with us, Pak.
All good. Selamat malam warga-warga negara Indonesia. Semua masih mantap jiwa. Gitulah ya.
Begitu. Jadi mungkin banyak dari audiensnya Talk the Noise yang nggak kenal Pak CHRISTY ini siapa.
Takut gitu kenalannya. Macam pertama gitu ya.
So let's start with a little bit of yourself.
Oh man, gimana ya? Mulai dari mana ya? Well, let's just start from where my home is, right? So,
Yes.
Kan saya kan kelihatan seperti orang Singaraja dari Bali, kelihatan seperti anak buleleng kan, bulldog gitu kan. Ya Ilham ya, ada? Ya dia, iya gitu ya.
Buleleng dogen.
Mantap, itu dia kan, buleleng dogen. Sebenarnya dari Singapura, lahirnya, ada keluarganya, ibu namanya Shanti, ayahnya GUNA DESA. GUNA DESA. Kepala desa sebenarnya, tapi nggak jadilah lah. Jadi ke GUNA DESA aja gitu kan. Ada adiknya namanya Melissa, sama adik yang paling kecil itu Nicholas. So family of 5. So kalau mulai dari hidup itu memang all the way di Singapura lah ya. Sekolah gitu, keluarga yang had a tough upbringing financially dan semuanya. Dan selepas itu mindset saya seperti waktu itu masih 24, 25 selepas 3 tahun di tentera di Singapura ya. Hati-hati ya Ruli. Aku kalau Pak Jokowi mau bikin perang dunia ke-88 saya harus balik ke Singapura loh.
Bela negara ya.
Tapi dalam hati masih Indonesia lah ya. Ayo ke donggeng sikit ya gitu.
Dalam hati tetap Singaraja dong.
Tinggal selalu 24/7 till I die.
It's in the DNA.
It's always in the DNA. Bali Singaraja. You know what I'm saying? Gitulah. Selepas tentera gimana kelihatan suasana, and I still remember waktu itu saudara saya dari Kuala Lumpur, namanya Nimal Anen. Nimal waktu itu selepas aku keluar dari tentera, orangnya juga botak lah ya, tapi dia lebih ganteng dari aku lah ya.
Shout out to Nimal.
Hey Nimal, what's happening? And then the wife, of course, Karen De Silva. You know what time it is. So Nimal ada satu orang yang waktu itu dia beritahu, kamu tu jangan ikut-ikut orang. Jangan, saya tahu kamu tu cintai sama keluarga dan semua, tapi kamu tu harus find your own, your path, your destiny, what you want to do, and try to do your own thing, you only got one life. So dari saat itu, that was where I decided, udah, let's leave Singapore, let's go around, let's see what the world has to offer. And it's already been berapa tahun ya? 17 tahun been out of Singapore.
Wow.
And
so 17 years in Bali or?
No, 17 years in Bali, in Bintan Island, in Malaysia. Spent a bit of time in Phuket, spent a bit of time in Maldives. I had a very short trip to France. But all this was, sebenarnya bagus loh. Ini salah satunya, I keep telling anak-anak muda, jangan fikir pasal duit. Don't think about the money. I think money is good. A lot of people say money is good, but I always feel that money is the root of all evil. Ada kehindaran dalam hidup begitu kan. You cannot see the right things, you cannot enjoy the right things. So, if you go out there and you don't think about it, you just explore the world. It's the best amount of money you can ever make dalam hidup gitu kan. So I think it's more of experiences in life. So to all, aku kan jomblo, jadi
hashtag kode keras.
Kalau status nggak usah dibawa-bawa di sini ya. Yang penting happy.
Ilham, kamu tuh nggak berita sama aku undang-undangnya sebelum mulai talk. Kalau kamu udah beritahu, aku nggak ngomong, aku diam-diam aja, kan?
Di sini nggak ada peraturan, Pak.
Oh iya, bebas ya. Sekarang kamu berbebas ya, Ilham. Tadi nggak kan? Apain kamu nih? Bikin aku kaget ya kamu ya. Kalau siapa yang sekarang yang keluarga yang muda dan anak-anak yang baru usia 17, 18 tahun, 19 tahun, you gotta let your kids go, go out there, live the tough life, lihat gimana situasi di negara lain. Sebab itu adalah satu pengalaman yang anak-anak itu akan balik ke ibu sama bapa atau balik ke negara dia, dan selepas itu feelingnya adalah gratitude. Dia sekarang udah tahu kesusahan hidup di luar negeri itu, dengan language, dengan cara kerja, dengan marah-marah, dia kena sumpah gitu kan kadang-kadang. Kan you stupid lah, you come from ini, you stupid gitu kan kadang-kadang. Maaf ya, boleh-boleh gitu kan.
Ini personal experience atau
sharing is caring. But that's the truth, really that's the truth. And when you get all that, you realize how important family is, how important life is, and dari sana kamu akan hidup lebih responsible, maksudnya. Because
akan lebih menghargai gitu ya, Pak.
Ya, itu dia kan yang paling menghargai, and pain is good, toughness and hardship is good. Tapi anak-anak muda sekarang, I don't think they get it. So itu adalah satu-satu nasihat I always tell the young. Aku kan udah expire kan. Hashtag.
Bentar lagi refurbish, Pak.
Wah ini, aduh.
Ini bahaya ini.
harus minum air nih.
Tapi kan jiwa muda terus dong. Semangat muda terus.
Iya kan, age is just a number kata orang. Tapi the truth of the matter is, sakit juga lah ya. You try to tell, semua orang kata, "Walah Pak, nombor aja Pak." Ya, kamu hidup lah, nomornya kamu lihat. Memang is it just a number? You know what I mean? So,
age is just a number, but growing up is optional.
Oh lama. Ilham, kalau mengenai perkataan motivasi, he's the man lah. Enggak ada yang lebih motivasi dalam perkataan dari dia loh. Kalau lihat Instagram, Facebook dia, aduh, mantap.
Mentor, really mentor.
Iya.
Oke, untuk noisemaker ya. Jadi kita udah terlanjur ngobrol seru nih. Tapi belum memperkenalkan beliau ini siapa. Jadi Pak CHRISTY ini adalah General Manager di Fairfield by Marriott Kuta Sunset Road. Tempat di mana Live the Noise adalah punya studio gitu.
Yes sir.
Jadi ini GM-nya nih gitu. Tapi sebenarnya kita nggak akan ngobrol terlalu banyak soal profesinya ya. Tapi karena ada lebih banyak aspek yang menarik dari Pak CHRISTY.
Yeah, even better. Bosan lah ngomong bahasa kerja. Yeah.
It's 9 hours per day and that's enough.
That's right. Thank you. Matur suksuma. Thank you. I think let's talk about other things.
Yes.
How the story of Live the Noise here. Oh man.
But now it's your turn.
Oh sure. Okay. All right. I can't curse, so I better be careful what I say.
Yeah, actually you can accept
it.
Let's not go there.
Yeah. Nanti Ilham cut production nanti Ilham.
Alright, so tadi Pak udah menyebutkan pindah ke sana sekian bulan, sekian tahun gitu.
Yeah.
Tapi eventually you move to Bali for a very long time.
Yeah.
Maybe you can share to us why.
I think 9 tahun ya.
9 tahun.
It's been 9 years ya. On and off. Keluar balik lagi. Di mana-mana aku keluar aja balik lagi ke Bali. Keluar aja balik ke Bali gitu kan. I mean Bali
Something about Bali lah.
It's just special lah, you know. It's pulau dewata yang luar biasa. I always say, aku selalu beritahu gitu kan. You know, banyak orang kan selalu kan fikiran Bali tu seperti, you know, orang-orang asing datang sini. It's the land of international tourists and sebenarnya kan. Tapi the truth of the matter is, kalau sesiapa itu yang mau kerja di sini, I think if you're not positive and you don't have that right energy, pulau ini bisa absorb your mentality.
Yeah.
And it will be very difficult for you to live
it
in
will
this
be
island.
very tough.
Very tough because you know, I always say the tanah Ibu Pertiwi is very strong. You know, this land that kita pijat itu kan.
Yeah.
And
Believe it or not,
yeah, believe it or not, and I you know, and you know, there's so many stories of this dalam hidup aku kan. And even more reason to believe that sebenarnya dalam hidup kita bukan cuma kita aja. There is a stronger force out there that's above us kan. And I don't know why I keep going back to this island. I keep coming back. But it's been 9 years, really. It's been 9 years I've been on this island.
Is it the people, the culture, or?
So that's interesting. Kalau dari awal itu, I think it was just trying to show off to people that I was in Bali.
Aren't we all?
It was like, all right, you're moving to Bali? Yeah, I'm moving to Bali, yo. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, really Bali? Oh man, and then,
so cool.
And then dari awal itu kan masih muda kan. So I was trying to be like surfer boy. So I started learning surfing in Kuta, and I was like trying to live that life. Until one day I got whacked by this huge barrel wave in Uluwatu, and after I stopped surfing and I went like no, that's it man, no more surfing anymore, I'm done, you know. But it was on the bucket list. I was like okay. Take udah habis, udah lanjut ya, udah tutup aja kasusnya ya, nggak perlu ngomong lagi. But yeah, in the beginning was just trying to get everybody's attention, but the last 4 years everything changed. You know, especially waktu aku di Singaraja, you know, when I was in you know, working for this property called the Damai Boutique Resort, the people changed a lot of, you know, the way I looked at the island. Cara adat, cara sembayang, cara kepercayaan mengenai di mana itu Bali itu dikelihatan sama orang lokal gitu kan. You know, it all changed when I was in Singaraja, and that's why sampai aku mati itu Singaraja akan selalu dalam, you know, darah aku. You know, it will always be like that. You know. Yeah, I know, man. Shout out to Eka, shout out to Ketut Madra, shout out to Eka Widyastini, Sri Arum. Yeah.
Make sure like, comment, and subscribe.
That's right. They'll be right here doing a yoga class on Saturday. Gotta check them out too.
Yeah.
Selling hashtag never stop selling.
Jadi di Fairfield ini punya regular kelas yoga ya.
That's right.
Dan nama-nama yang tadi disebutin Pak Christy itu adalah instrukturnya.
Yeah, always.
Asli mantap.
Shout out Eka Widyastini, ulang tahunnya hari ini.
Oh wow, happy birthday.
Happy birthday Eka Widyastini ya, bulldog dongeng. Yeah, so it all changed from there, and then dari sana, you know, then I, you know, got the opportunity to come down to Selatan and buka, you know, hotel yang luar biasa ini dengan cerita yang istimewa, and that's where, you know, fikiran aku adalah Bali is a very special place, and it will continue to be a special place kalau kamu itu percaya gitu, you know. So and embrace Trihita Karana, you know, that's very important. Kalau di Bali itu harus ikut Trihita Karana. I feel kalau kamu itu percaya Trihita Karana itu kamu itu sukses gitu.
And it's not even like specific to a certain religion, right?
No, it's not.
It's the general concept of living.
Yeah, correct. And I think it's a great concept of living. It all starts with, you know, right above, it all down here. It's all about the people, the environment, and at the same time, it's also about, you know, like, you know, Nyepi Day, right? Like, you know, 24 hours of shutdown of electricity semuanya. Kan itu kan bagus. I mean, my mindset is, can you imagine how much of carbon emission is actually prevented in 24 hours dalam satu kota itu bisa tutup gitu kan, you know. And I think the whole world Earth Day is not enough. You
Yeah.
know, 1 hour of Earth Day,
hour.
one
Yeah.
Earth hour. What's 1 hour for love of
Yeah.
God, right? So if every country does a Yopy sekali sebulan, can you imagine how much of green effect saving that we're doing to save our motherland?
Yeah.
Man, come on, just one day, you know? And isn't it nice to stay at home and spend time with your family? You know, something a lot
Yeah.
of people are lacking. Government gives you a reason to stay at home. I mean, yeah, probably the husband. I mean, then again, COVID-19 kan.
Yeah.
Everybody was staying at home, working from home kan. Yeah.
Like it or not.
Like it or not. So then again, I better take this back because now everybody's saying, "Come on, man, we had enough of that. Come on, stop it. You know, we don't need another stay-at-home thing. You know, my husband's gonna kill the wife gonna kill the husband anyway. I'm gonna see your face the whole day."
Yeah. Enough is enough.
Enough, right? So I think those are the kind of stuff that I feel that people don't look at Bali that way. You know, people don't really appreciate Bali for what it does.
Okay.
And I think if you come to the island and you embrace that culture instead of always taking, you actually give. I think you'll be all right.
Okay.
You'll be all right.
Is it something to do with the mindset that you need to have when you come to Bali, or?
No, I don't. I think it's hard. I think, but then again, now with technology and social media, I think a lot of this kind of stuff you can see it, you know. But I feel kalau kamu itu orang dari luar negeri itu, pikiran aku adalah ya kemungkinan ini dalam 10 orang itu mungkin 5 orang lah ya. Nggak mungkin semuanya pikiran positif gitu kan. I mean, everybody's gonna come here and party,
Yeah.
drink, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And do the life, you know, the Bali life, you know. So, you know, the Canggu life.
Yeah.
So
Not Bali lah.
no, Canggu life.
Canggu life.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't think everybody would do that, but I think sometimes kadang-kadang, you know, after a while that you've been here, you will learn, and then you will start to change.
Okay.
But I've seen good things happening on the island, and I've seen that the island has changed a lot, and I think COVID-19 has changed a lot of people as well. You start to see a lot of people coming forward, a lot of people coming to help masyarakat. You know, obviously we know the situation in Bali.
Yeah.
It's been hard, huh? It's been hard for everybody, we all know. But a good thing is there's a lot of heroes out there as well doing the good stuff. And I think itu yang satu-satu yang bikin bangga loh ya. Masih ada orang yang masih cintai sama Bali gitu kan. Bukan cuma orang Indonesia aja yang, maksud aku ada yang bule-bule itu masih di sini yang masih ada feeling gitu. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. We'll come back to that later.
Yes sir. Sounds good.
So you did mention that you basically jump from one job to another,
Yes.
and then most of them are actually in Bali.
Yes,
But how
yes.
many jobs that you actually had in the past?
Oh my god, really? On the spot. Oh my god. Nggak bisa ingat loh ini. I mean, let's just start with my first job in my life.
Okay,
right?
let's narrow it down.
Yeah.
How many fields of?
Oh, how many fields of work? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, let's. So we got. I think I would use the Tantra as one. I mean, that's
Okay.
also uniform. That's army. I think that's a great experience. DJ second.
Ternyata DJ Lam.
Check this out.
Check this out.
We've got RP right here. Talk the noise. Events.
Okay.
So that's 3. Retail. Selling sepatu cewek.
Oh wow.
Nah,
Okay.
Hey, that's skill, huh?
Skill,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Personality, charisma.
Ah.
You can sell anything.
Yeah, if you can read the feet.
Hey, you can read anything else?
That's a topic for another day.
Well, I think so. Exactly. And the uncensored version.
Yeah.
Uncuff.
Uncuff,
Right. So you got retail. Gosh, I mean, admin jobs, and then adventure trainers, sports, and then a bar. I was doing bartending as well. I was working in a bar, waiter, waitress, and then finally hotel. Finally resort. Don't forget kids club. I work in a kids club. I do kids program, birthday parties for the kids, mascot. Hey, semua. Finally, then I went into resort, hotel, which was accidental. It wasn't meant to be.
So it wasn't even crossed in your mind to ever work in hospitality industry.
Never. I mean, hospitality, yes, but never in a hotel.
Oh.
I mean, aku masih ingat waktu umurnya 24 tahun itu. Waktu itu kan saat itu aku baru keluar dari tentera. Jadi udah keluar dari tentera itu waktunya yang September 11 kan.
Oh,
terus ekonomi itu parah banget loh. Gimana ini nggak ada kerja gitu kan. Terus disumpah sama bapak gue kan. Wih, kamu itu goblok, nggak mau kerja aja di tentera kamu itu goblok, mau keluar kali cari kerja kamu nih. Terus cari lo 3 bulan 4 bulan kan. Terus saat itu kan diberitahu sama teman-teman ya, yuk cari aja semua hotel gitu kan. So, terus kan ada satu kali kan di Ritz-Carlton Singapore. Terus katanya ada lowongan. Ya udah ke sana aja kan, udah pakai tie, pakai shirt kan, udah formal corporate gitu kan. Walk in interview katanya, walk in interview. So jadi katanya dari jam 9, dari jam 8 pagi udah di sana. Terus tunggu sampai jam 5 sore baru di interview. Wah, wih gila itu aku tunggu.
Ngantri atau gimana?
Ngantri, jangan tunggu aja. Ya ampun, aku gimana nih? Terus sampai datang ya waktu aku kan jam 5 itu kan. Terus di depan itu kan bule, cowok. Dia kan rambutnya bagus, kulit hitam. Ini benar-benar Ritz-Carlton ini. Wih, kantor semua kan, looknya kan bagus. Wah, aku nih botak hitam, gimana nih?
Wah, main fisik ini.
Iya. Aku ngomong discrimination tapi yang diskriminasi diri aku sendiri. Ya. Terus aku kan malu kan, gimana nih sama orang kan, tapi ganteng, handsome loh dia. Masuk, wah ini baru Ritz-Carlton ya standarnya gitu kan. Terus dia duduk. Terus dia lihat CV aku, kan aku nggak ada pengalaman kan. Terus ditanya, kamu tuh botak ya? Itu memang pilihan kamu atau memang
botak.
kamu botak? Ngomongnya begitu, kamu tuh botak. Kamu ini memang pilihan kamu atau memang kamu tuh ada masalah? Ngomongnya begitu. Terus aku kata, iya gimana? Memang dari atas itu udah nggak ada rambut, terus dicukur. Oh, sebenarnya Ritz-Carlton itu nggak bisa kamu itu botak tuh kerja di sini. Wih, sedih loh aku. Wah, udah tunggu. I don't know. I mean, way back then it was messed up. I mean, everybody kan ada pikiran sendiri kan. I mean, it was a different time altogether kan. But dalam saat itu, I never even took it negatively. I was like, alright, maybe ini bukan waktu aku. Ya udah, I said, okay, thank you for your time. Wish you all the best. Tapi sebenarnya kalau sekarang kan Ritz-Carlton itu kan under Marriott kan. Jadi kalau kamu sekarang kalau lihat di Marriott, everybody botak now. Especially dari Ritz-Carlton. Banyak orang juga botak sekarang. So hey, it's not too bad, isn't it? I guess the trend started when I was rejected. So
it's actually pretty cool.
So
what goes around
comes around. Yeah. Shout out to Justin Timberlake. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. You know, I didn't take that as a setback. And so I was, to be honest, to be a hotelier, it wasn't in the plan. I felt that I could do something else. I could find something else. I was always that person that wanted to try something else. Pikiran aku bukan pasal duit. I was all about life skills, experiences. You know, what is that job's going to teach me? What am I going to learn? You know, how much of time do I have to put in? It wasn't really about you want that amount of money. You want that credit card. You want that. You want this. You want a car. You want. It wasn't all that. I just wanted to keep learning. But man, hotelier, never on the list.
So did you start like from zero, like from the bottom, or?
Yeah, I think again, being an accidental hotelier, I just started from the bottom, and my first real experience with resort was on an island off Singapore. Nama tempatnya adalah Pulau Ubin, right? Never worked on the island, never been. I've been to the island when I was a kid, but never imagined I work on the island, So every day going to work was like dari rumah ke harbournya mungkin lebih kurang 1.5 jam. Habis dari harbour ke resortnya 30 minit, 15 minit, 20 minit gitu. So every day was like 2.5 hours, 3 hours journey to get to work, off Singapore Island. And then from there, I mean, aku belajar dari awal itu, this is a resort and my first job was cleaning the toilet and the pool cleaning.
Oh wow.
Even though I had a diploma in business from Singapore Polytechnic and business, in business and all that stuff, but that job was for me to clean the toilets and clean the pool. So that's the reason why I absolutely have respect for all the pool cleaners and the housekeeping and the public area. because I've been there, so I know how the pain is, lah. You know, so that was where it all started. Accidental.
Okay. And to see you like in where you are right now,
Yeah.
it's quite a journey, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So
yeah.
what is your like the turning point in your career in hospitality, especially in hotel,
yeah.
that that's very special for you, that means so much for you?
I think the turning point was, I was about 6 years ago. I was back home in Singapore, and I was 37 years old. And I lost my job. I was fired from my job. I was working in a boutique hotel for 9 months, and then after 9 months, I was informed by the owner that I was fired. No rhyme, no reason, nothing given. Nggak diberitahu apa-apa.
Tada.
Christmas came early. And sebenarnya it was hard because dalam hidup aku, I was always valued.
Yeah.
Every time I resign, sebenarnya selalunya aku resign kan, and everybody's like, oh man, why do you have to resign, man? Stay on. So it's always like that. But it was the first time, kali pertama aku dipecat kan. Terus I didn't know how to accept and react. And at 37 years old, you think you know everything. You don't know. You really don't know. And I went through a period of trying to understand. I actually did ask why I got fired, but no reasons given. And I could never be able to find the answer. But eventually, after about 3 years, then I realized the answer. And the answer is very simple. Arrogance, ego.
Okay.
I was very arrogant. I was very ego. And I think that was the moment where saat itu aku berubah fikiran. I said, if you want to continue on this life journey, wherever you want to go, doesn't mean hotels or hospitality, whatever, you need to change that, Christy. You really need to change that. And I was jobless for a year. Unemployed for a year, and
it's a bit tough for you.
It was tough. Financially it was tough. Mentally it was tough. I was close to suicide as well. I still remember.
Wow, that's something deep, man.
Yeah. I mean, I still remember I was on top of the building,
Wow.
13th floor, and I was on the verge of committing suicide. Mau meninggal dunia. I was about to lompat juga, but then I don't know why something just came, and that's why I really believe in the strong power, right?
Yeah.
Like something said, no, this is not your time, And selepas tu, I came down and I went, because kan aku kan 50% orang Buddhis kan, so I went to Koncho, to the temple, and then I just started to just sit down and just figure this one out, right?
Yeah.
And then I slowly started to understand that, firstly, it wasn't my time to go. It wasn't my time to leave the world.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense for you to force something that Tuhan sebenarnya nggak diaturkan gitu kan. So jadi dari saat itu, then I started to realize, and then it's the reason for all this is because of my arrogance and my ego. And if I continue like this, yang akan menjatuhkan diri aku is actually me myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill myself, So dari saat itulah, really I just said, things gotta change, and you gotta move, and you gotta go, and you gotta embrace what the universe has to offer for you. So instead of asking, how about you just telling and appreciating what you already have,
and probably start giving.
Correct. Start giving big time. And dari saat itu juga, waktu aku sembahyang juga, aku nggak minta apa-apa. Aku sebenarnya berterima kasih. Always syukur. I always say thank you for giving me this, for actually letting me live. Thank you for letting me wake up in the morning. Thank you for letting me breathe. Thank you for letting me have my family. So it's all the other way around. I stopped asking. I literally, at the age of 37, I stopped asking. I said enough. I think God is pretty tired of all the WhatsApp messages, kan?
All this asking.
Lagi satu. Ting,
Dia minta ini, dia minta ini. Ya.
It's like enough. And my mindset was, kalau kamu nggak minta, kemungkinan dia akan cari kamu loh. Because everybody's asking something kan. So maybe the line is long. So if you don't ask, chances are he might notice you, or she might notice you. I mean, I always say at the top is she, he, and she. You never know, but there's always a possibility. So my mindset was always that way. I always started to look at the other side of things, and I felt that everything has a reason. You know? And that's why I put it out there. I stopped asking. I stopped requesting. I stopped seeking. I just say, if it comes, it comes. And if it comes, it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It's all good.
But how can you tell though? Like, when your time comes, is it there's always this question that
Yeah.
is this it, or
Right.
there maybe later, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think in the early part of my when I was early part, of my life, when I was still younger, see.
I thought you were born this way, but
Yeah, man. No. Life lessons made me this way. So I think kalau waktu umur tu, kalau masih muda tu kemungkinan gitu ya. Kita kan always seeking the next best thing, kan? And then you always think even di depan kamu itu. So when I reflect back on the past 10 years, actually every single time it came in front of me and I rejected it and I went for something else or I forced something else, I never became successful loh.
oh, okay.
Ada aja masalahnya. Ada aja ceritanya gitu. So then I reflect back and I was thinking to myself, kalau memang aku ambil peluang itu, maybe things would have been so much different, no?
Yeah.
And it wasn't regret.
Yeah.
Please don't get me wrong, ya.
Yeah,
Bukan
yeah.
regret. It was just reflection of life, right? And dari saat itu aku pelajarin, actually, all you gotta do is actually, it will come, and if it comes, that's the one for you.
Okay.
And that's the one for. But the more you push it away, or the more you say, I'm gonna wait for the next one, or the next one, or on to the next one, like how Jay-Z will always say. Hey, sorry, shout out to Jay-Z gitu. When is this gonna end?
Yeah.
On to the next one, the next best thing, the next big thing.
Yeah.
Enggak mungkin kan?
Yeah,
And
because
it will
things
never.
change.
Things can change,
Yeah.
and especially from COVID-19. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness me! I mean, look at how things have moved so fast and changed so fast. So
Yeah, if you can keep up, then you'll be the part of the history then.
yeah, and I think we as human being, we need to stop, putting so much expectation and just understand that in God's plans, kalau memang itu saat kamu akan terima aja, nggak ada masalah kok. Even if you go, you fail, you learn, and then after that you move on. What's wrong, right? I think the part that bikin orang takut itu, kaget, like scared to take that next step, is failure. The
Yeah.
moment everyone's scared, semua orang takut failure loh. Takut kecewakan keluarga, kecewakan teman, kecewakan diri sendiri. But that's actually life, kan?
Yeah.
You are supposed to either do well or fail, but failure is just part of life, you
Yeah.
know. And when you fail, actually it's great, because when you fail, it's actually setting you up for the next big thing.
Yeah.
Because you have that experience yang lain nggak ada. So it's going to just set you up for the next step. And whereas everyone else is trying to play catch up, you already failed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at it, right? So that also takes time, man,
Yeah,
for people to
of
get that. I don't think a lot of people do get it.
Yeah.
You know? So like, for example, when I sit down with you, we have this conversation, then you go like, right. Like, how many people do share that too?
Yeah. Agree, Pak.
They just keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
They go like, it's a selfish life. This is my life. I ain't gonna share.
Yeah.
Unless you come and ask me, then again I might just judge you first before I share. You know, gila kan?
Yeah.
You know, so
Jadi
itulah.
untuk noisemaker ya. Jadi aku kerja sama Pak CHRISTY ini 2 tahun. Tapi dalam 2 tahun asli banyak banget pelajaran tentang hidup yang bisa dipelajarin gitu. Jadi bahkan hanya dari pengalaman aja ya, itu pun sampai sekarang kayaknya belum habis ya Pak ya.
Hey, never ends, man, never ends.
Yeah.
And you know, the more cara hidup itu adalah satu cara hidup is all about the people. I say dalam hidup itu, as you start to get older, saat kamu itu lebih tua kan, it's not really about the quantity, berapa orang yang kamu temu atau kamu kenal. It's all about the quality. And the circle yang circle of friends will get smaller and smaller as you get older.
Shout out to Hanson.
You know, I got a lot of quotes from music, man. But it's true, and what really is important in life, actually, it's all about the people in front of you, around you. And I think you know, you need that kind of circle around you. That kind of circle will only make life even better.
Yeah.
I don't think social media, I mean, way before social media became such a big thing kan, aku selalunya hargai, kalau dalam waktu kerja kan, aku selalu hargai the conversations with customer, the conversations with guests. Aku selalu hargai. I always want to know where you from, what's your story, how did you live your life, how did you become this, what's your career. Aku selalu tanya pertanyaan itu before social media became what it was, right?
Yes.
And way back then, it was so much better than television. You know, it was so much more better than media, because when you sit down and you talk and you ask people questions and they start telling you their life journey, I feel waktu saat itu it's like, kalau kamu itu bisa tanya orang yang 65 tahun gimana cara hidupnya, it's basically the plan. If you turn 65, kamu tuh udah siap, and you likely will not make the same mistake yang orang ini bikin, gitu kan. So I think those lessons, I think these days a lot of people forget about it. They forget about speaking, you know, about really sitting down and listening to what somebody wants to share. You know, I mean, to talk, especially in our business, everybody wants to talk.
Yeah.
But how many people can effectively listen?
Yeah.
Mungkin 1 or half out of 10. You know what I'm saying?
When in fact we were given 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah.
Right? So
We
we need
always
to listen more.
Yeah, we always want to talk, right? We always want to talk. We always feel that by talking and getting it out, udah, it's done. You know? And then by the time the person wants to speak, it's gone.
Yeah. And also the impression, Pak, at some time we need to speak to so that people can perceive us as someone else.
Correct.
So,
And society pressures on us, and we want to get our point across. We want to speak up. We want to be heard. And I understand all that. I really do. But I think kalau dalam kehidupan, cara hidupan di in this world, I think, you know, we must always make an effort to listen to people's story, people's life. I mean, satu cerita adalah, you know, if I talk about Singaraja, you know, kalau di Bali tu, tiap kakek, tiap you know, nenek, lansia yang aku duduk rumah aku dengar cerita-cerita itu, you know, that's this kind of story that really makes me grateful and humble in life, you know. And you know, stories for my Singaraja family as well, telling me what's going on, the children, the lansia and everything else. Itu yang bikin, you know, that makes it so much easier instead of me talking, just listening, and then you listen, and then you take some time to reflect, and then you realize that, you know, you could do so much of good out there, you know, and you don't need all that money too.
Yeah.
You know.
So is this like your change of mindset?
Yes.
Like, now you become more accepting, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Is this change of mindset that guides you to this property?
You mean the present property?
Yes.
I think that's true. I think that was the I mean, but it wasn't really in the plan. But I felt that kalau waktu saat aku datang ke sini untuk buka hotel ini, I felt that if I don't bring in all that Bali has to offer to sell and market and promote this hotel, I am losing the very essence of what Bali stands for. That was my mindset. You know, I wasn't worried about the brand. I knew the brand was fine. I wasn't worried about product. The product was great. I wasn't worried about all that. You know, even the location, I wasn't worried. I was more concerned about, hey, what you gonna do to make a difference? What you gonna do to stand out? You know, so jadi itu yang fokus aku. Tapi itu baru masuk itu selepas aku mulai kerja 3 bulan. Selepas 3 bulan preparation and planning untuk hotel itu buka, baru saat itu then it hit me. It's like, hey, you have a chance, man. You have one shot in this sounds like Eminem. 8 Miles. You know, you have one shot, you know, making this work, and then telling the whole world about it, you know. So then I started to pen everything down, and I started to get the network, find out more about what I can do to sell this place. You know, it's all about selling, you know, it's all about what you stand for. And then if you have a story, I always believe in stories. Story sells. If you have a story, you can tell people your story. People will connect with you. People will align themselves with you. They will love to listen to what you gotta say, and they'll be like, wow, really? I say, yeah. And then next thing you know, they are your customers. You know, because if you talk about just the object of the item that you're selling, gosh, it's about close to how many thousand rooms out here in Bali, you know. Why is yours any better than anyone else, right? And
except for the stories.
And then you know, the people, if the people is part of the stories, man, people go like, they will stop for a bit and just think.
Yeah.
You know,
And especially if they are involved, then they will feel like they are being appreciated more.
Correct.
And
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and make them part of the story too.
Yeah.
Involve them in, you know. And one of the key things at Fairfield Bali Kuta Instagram, Fairfield Bali Kuta.
Yeah. Jangan lupa di follow.
You know, I had to throw that in.
Yes,
Yeah,
obviously.
alright, yeah. If you follow Fairfield Bali Kuta on Instagram, you will see how much we involve the people in our story. You know, in selling the property. I don't talk about the rooms. I talk about the people. I always talk about the people. And when 60% of your employees are from the local Banjar, kebanyakan semua anak-anak Kuta. You then understand. You then understand. Then people understand. People really go like, wah, ini luar biasa loh. Kamu tu gitu kan. And where that's important. I think that's very important when you have a business. You have to be part of the community. Very important. And I think that was where it all started. And the success of the place is what it is, right? Yeah. Based on that.
I believe you came from Singaraja to Kuta with like half-baked concept already in your head, right?
Right.
So the way I see it is your pre-baked concept is very different from what the Fairfield brand itself.
Right.
So how did you eventually manage to merge both of them?
So that was that took a lot of risks.
That's why I'm asking.
That took a lot of risks. I think to be honest with you, I was takut juga lah. I mean, I was scared.
Ternyata ada takutnya juga lah.
Aku manusia juga kan.
Okay.
Takutnya maksudnya takutnya gimana ya? Seperti kamu tuh mau letak risiko untuk kerjanya gitu kan. Kamu tuh udah dapat kerja terus kamu ambil risiko begitu kan. Ya itulah. Aku memang ambil risiko tu kan. I say either you are successful or you get fired. You know, 50 Cent said something to say. He said, get rich or die trying.
Yeah.
I said I'd rather die trying, right?
Correct.
I mean, if I don't get rich, it's okay, but at least I try.
Yeah.
You know, I took the risk, man. I really did take the risk. I'm very honest. I'm very blessed that my boss, my married boss, is such a cool man that he just bought the idea immediately, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Ramesh Jackson, the big man in Marriott Indonesia.
Yeah.
Ramesh Jackson.
Much respect.
Much respect. I mean, that is also because he's been around the world, man.
Yeah.
And that mindset that he's able to look at me and say, you know what, good on you, buddy, well done, give it a shot, let's go, you know. And all this is with risk comes strengths. With trends comes success, right? So you start to link all those things together, right? And I think that's the beauty of this place, that I had a boss that was like damn cool about it and was letting me do my thing, you know, and letting me fly. Yeah. And I think that was just the turning point, man. Yeah. I mean, I knew that there was no way but just up. You just gotta keep going up, you know. Yeah.
But having an idea is one thing.
Yeah.
But doing it consistently and with a clear goal in mind is a totally different thing, right?
Right.
So how did you go about it?
I think I think it's very old school. Perasaan aku adalah satu-satunya adalah you need to pen it down. You need to take a pen, a pencil. I mean, not pineapple and pen. I mean, Ilham, kau tahu nggak pineapple pen?
Tahu. Biko taro.
I still feel the old school way of paper, pen, paper, pencil. Even though you got technology these days, you got the iPads and stuff. I still like the notepads and buku nota. I mean, I'm still that person, eh? So kalau kamu tulis itu and you start writing down, then your thoughts come into paper, and then it's easy to manifest things out there, kan? Because then you're putting it out there in the universe, and you know how much I'm a believer of the universe. Yes. Right. Yes. I mean, that's another session altogether, right? Yes. So I'm a big believer of what's here. You put it down on paper, and then you put it out there in the universe. It will manifest. It has manifested for me, right? Yeah. And it might not be it might not be an Elon Musk Tesla manifestation, right? I mean, yet. Oh, thank you, man. I mean, that was Astungkara. Thank you very much. Oh man, but you get my point, right? Like it manifested for me in my own way, which I'm very, very blessed with. And I think I still believe in the the pen and paper, the pencil and paper thing, and I still feel a lot of people don't do that because when you actually, kalau kamu tulis itu di dalam kertas itu, you're charting your thoughts, and you're putting your thoughts into place, and you will then eventually be able to see where you're going. And I think that's so important.
Yeah, no matter how good or bad your idea is.
Excellent. And as you know, I never reject a bad idea. Man, I always let people speak up their mind. It might take me about 24 hours to think about it, but I never reject it. Sometimes again, as you know, we have so many stories. The worst ideas became our success stories, right?
Yes.
Man, I mean, we can go on and
out
on,
of the blue, and then
out of the blue. Yeah. And the other thing as well, like, how amazing is when you involve people. You involve those around you into the process. Actually, it was funny. I actually shared a video with the leadership team. Satu-satunya dari Tony Fernandez kan. He said this very clearly in an Air Asia video. He said, I didn't hire 10 people in my top guys to tell me what to do. I hired 1,000 people di bawah aku to give me ideas. And what happened with our hotel, right? I mean, all the karyawan was there sharing their ideas, giving out some inputs to their departments on ways to make it better, how to save costs, how to do this. And it's the people. When you start involving the people in the business, it becomes a family. And sometimes even money cannot be able to make that work. And nothing is better than involving people in your business. And I think that's the one thing that kebanyakan orang tu lupa loh. Kamu itu karyawan gitu kan, kamu dapat kajian kan. But if the people dari atas itu bisa welcome dia ke dalam prosesnya business, magic can happen, eh?
Yes, especially when you start giving people trust and freedom to a certain level. Then they can create things that out of our imagination. Actually,
correct. And at the end of the day, they know how to work, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
They're doing it every day.
It's like, you even need to tell them how to clean the table. Like, they know what to do. But if you like, tell them you have an ability to make things better, I'm willing to listen to your idea, things will flip, things will change. And I think that's one of the things that sometimes a lot of organizations don't practice. Everybody just comfortable with that, and they want to continue to do that every day. And I totally understand that. It works for some people. It doesn't work for me. It absolutely doesn't work for me. I love when people come to me. When the gardener comes up to me and say, "Pak, what the idea?" Oh lomo, I tell you, that is sensational feeling. When you get somebody come up to you, "Pak, I got an idea." I say, "Shoot." Wih, luar biasa kamu tu. I love you, man. You know what I mean? That feeling when someone comes up to you, the fact that dari saat itu mereka bisa datang dan beritahu sama kamu dia ada idea, that also take a lot of bravery, kan? Because they know you will welcome them in. So there's a lot of things that go into that. Some people say, I'm willing to listen to your idea, but when they come, I'm busy. Come back to me later. You think that person's gonna come back to you later?
Of course not.
Not gonna come back. He's gonna go home and say, dia nggak ada waktu untuk gue. Ya biarin, alas aku mau ngomong. You know what I mean? So it's always the other way around. The human psychology is like that, So I tell you, it takes a lot of learning to get to what it is right now. So that's what the story is lah.
So, judging from the condition today, but where Fairfield is today.
Yes.
Do you think that Fairfield is already in the success level, or still on the way there, or?
No, I think it's a nice story. It's a great story. It's a case study yang luar biasa. But I don't think it's where it needs to be. It's still room. I mean, we always say room for improvement, right? You want to be able to move high ends. There's always going to be success. I mean, there's still a long way to go, but it has not reached the peak of its performance. Sebab COVID-19 is still here. The pandemic is still here. Bali is still suffering. And as long as Bali it's not Surabaya. Bali is not Jogja. Bali is not Jakarta. I always say that. Kota-kota lain itu beda kan, they're all connected by infrastructure, but Bali is a destination. It's an international destination. Sudah berapa tahun, for years it's always been a tourist spot, and you take that away from Bali, Bali has not seen this for a very long time, and we've been through Gunung Agung, we've been through bombing pertama, bombing kedua. I was in Bali when the second bombing happened, so I know the feeling. But this pandemic has just shifted the game, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is the new low.
Yeah, man. It's sad, huh?
Yeah.
It's sad because because Bali was just dependent on tourism.
Yeah.
And
so heavily.
Very heavily. And itu saat yang aku sedih tu is the fact that everybody yang dulu kerja di tourism itu balik ke sawah. Balik ke laut untuk kerja sebagai nelayan dan semuanya. I mean, that's to me the very painful effect of the pandemic. It was not so much that the borders are closed, but it's just the effect that untuk mencari jalan itu, untuk mencari makan itu, sampai aku ke sawah gitu kan, balik ke roots, the origins of Bali. And I for some people maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's time to go back to what Bali was famous for, because over the past 10-15 years kebanyakan tempat-tempat sawah itu dijual bikin hotel, bikin villa, bikin kos-kosan dan semuanya. Mungkin ini tindakan atau jalannya dari Tuhan to remind us in Bali lah that you have to stop this. You have to go back to what Bali was famous for. I don't know. Listen, aku cuma pendatang. I always say I'm a pendatang kan. Aku cuma ngomong itu apa yang aku lihat, and I feel that every single thing there is a reason. Kenapa? Sebabnya we are going through all this. But the problem is tergantung ke satu-satunya masing-masing how you want to look at it kan.
Yeah, of course. And how do you react to it?
Correct. Yes. How you react to it and handle it, and sometimes the good life might not be a good life for a long time.
What you want might not be what you need.
and I think all of us also realize we actually don't need that much of money, do we?
Yeah.
We can actually live with very little, if we only know how to manage it.
Yes.
And itu sebenarnya bagus juga waktu aku 37 tahun itu aku kehilangan kerja. When I lost all my job, I lost my money and everything. Now I understand because I've learned that lesson 6-6 tahun lalu kan. So I know when I lost that job and I had no money, I had to live without money. That I understand. I pieced the whole thing together. And so even with this pandemic, I know how to manage myself financially because I did not live that life. I did not take things for granted. I was very careful of what I spend. I was very careful of what I do. I was more into savings and stuff like that. So, I've always remembered 6 years ago.
Yes.
And sometimes that's what we all need. I think when we go through this sekarang, we will then start to teach ourselves to be absolutely careful with the way we live.
And to remind ourselves as well.
Yes. Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah. So from all of Fairfield's achievements, one of them being we actually never closed, not even for one day throughout the pandemic, right? So
that's true.
But for you, what is your greatest achievement here in Fairfield?
Wow, man, so many, really. What's the greatest achievement?
I know that you have like maybe 10 or 20 or maybe 30 success stories, but which one of them that you think it's the most remarkable story for you?
I think the people. I think when I saat recruitment itu, I still remember when kepala-kepala yang desa dan banjar dan lurah dan camat, and everybody was trying to look for me, right? About the recruitment process, trying to get anak-anak Kuta to get into the hotel and try to push them. And the quota for recruitment was 30-40%, and we made it 60% of kebanyakan anak itu dari Kuta. So I think the biggest achievement was to see somebody like Dicky from housekeeping become who he is. Katel, becoming housekeeping what it is. Surly housekeeping, the Mentari, the Intan, Karang of food and beverage service, Indra, Mika, Melly, food and beverage kitchen, right? F&B kitchen. Surya Adi, engineering. I mean, Tiana, front office supervisor. I'm gonna shout out all the names because the names deserve credit. I mean, I could mention all 73 names. Dewayu Finance, just so many of these associates. When saat kamu itu bikin impact sebagai pendatang itu adalah kemanusiaan. If you can make a difference in somebody's life, I always tell this to any of my foreigner friends. I say, kalau kamu itu kerja di luar negeri itu, kamu harus give back. You have to give back to the community. Jangan kamu itu kerja itu di Bali itu cuma pikiran 2 tahun, lepas itu kamu kabur. That is so selfish, right?
Yes.
You get a opportunity to work in a foreign country, give back to the local people, right? Kamu itu ada pengalaman. I don't think you'll be working in this place if you don't have the experience.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
So if you have the experience, what's preventing you from helping 60 locals to do better? Because you got that from 60 people, right?
Yeah.
So why can't you help another 60? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pay it forward. You have to make a difference in people's life. So if your motivation in life is only corporate and you just want to come here and do 2 years, 3 years, and then you're gonna get out, fair enough. But that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's just not the way it's supposed to be. I don't think it's the way it's supposed to be. So I think if you talk about the biggest achievement in life is, I think, people. And I when I look at our team and I look at the 60 employees, if I knock off the leaders out of the whole picture, if you look at the 60 employees, I'm absolutely confident they are going to be trendsetters in the hospitality industry over the next 10 years. They're gonna rock, wherever they go. They're gonna do absolutely phenomenally very well. Individuals like Intan, individuals like Kadek from engineering, and Indra from front office, and man, I mean, all these names right in the back of my head, right? I apologize if I missed out everybody else, but they're gonna do good. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that happened here, that has transpired here untuk 2 tahun, they're gonna really rock their future. The possibilities are gonna be absolutely infinite, and they know that, and I hope they know it. They don't know, I'm telling them that they will.
Yes.
So I think that's the biggest achievement, just people. I don't really look at other things, because I feel that in a business, if your people are successful, then you have done well.
Yeah. And that is to coincide with the first of Marriott, putting people first.
Yes. And I think it's so important. You can build a building. Kamu itu bisa bangunkan building. Kamu itu bisa naikkan perusahaan. You can do whatever you want to do. Kamu itu bisa bikin pabrik. But kalau tanpa kemanusiaan itu, it's nothing. The business without the people is nothing. And I keep saying this all the time. The people are so important. You need to understand the model. And it's not and even if people leave, right? People say, "Pak, aku mau berhenti." Enggak apa-apa, biarin aja. It's okay. They have to continue their life journey. But if dalam saat sebulan, 2 bulan, 3 bulan, they will feel sad. You know what? I actually miss working for Rolly and his team. Man, I wish I can come back. And that's where you have done your job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they know already, right? They know that, you know what? It was a good place. There's nothing wrong. There's one of the things I don't like is when somebody's going to leave, when they're going to leave an organization, they're mau berhenti. The organization always say, why? Do I need to up your salary? Do I need to... Let them go, man. Let them go. Nggak apa-apa. If every time you're going to try to hold on to them, or you're trying to give them more money, you know what's good? You're creating that toxic environment. So now I'm staying because you're giving me 15% more. You're staying, you're unloyal. You're so unloyal. I've given you everything. So what? If you've given somebody all that, it's because that person is deserving that, right?
Yeah.
He's giving you back productivity, and she's giving you back productivity, and you're paying her, and she's gone. That person move on. Chances are, I always feel when somebody leaves and dia pergi ke tempat baru, there's a possibility, if it's a good way of living, he or she might just give you back some business.
Yeah.
You never know, right? You never know. That's how the world works, right? The universe works, right? So you never know. So why must you be so mad and upset lah sampai begitu? Kamu tu, aku sumpah kamu tu. Ya ampun tuanku, please deh. Ini 2021 loh, chill loh, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kalau memang dia mau pergi, ya udah, salam aja gitu kan. All the best. I see you at top. I see you on top. You know what I'm saying? Like Indonesia style.
Hati-hati di jalan.
Ya gitu. You know what I'm saying? Like, so people need to chill. Like really need to chill. Life is not going to stop.
Yeah.
Because one person leave. Man, if kalau organisation itu, kalau tempat kerja itu harus berhenti sebab satu orang itu berhenti, aneh lah organisasi itu. You know what I'm saying? No one is indispensable in this business.
Yeah, everyone is replaceable.
It is. We are. And I'll tell you, you lose one, you get another 10 more. Right? You just have to be selective of who you're looking for. That's the way the world works. Yeah? But again, kalau memang dia bagus, the impact will be there. Yes, you miss that person. And then after, let me give you an example. If you die tomorrow, right? You die tomorrow and then you leave the world, right? You kuburan and everything. People cry kan? Keluarga nangis, teman nangis. Everybody cry waktu kuburan kan?
Yeah.
What happens 48 hours later?
Replacement.
Yeah. And everybody just move on, right?
Yeah.
Do you hear of anyone still talking about your name?
Probably no.
Absolutely no, right? They moved on.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there will be rara and all this stuff for the first 24, 48 hours. And after that, you're gone. And that's why I keep saying to everyone, why must you give a about everybody else? You need to live your life for yourself. Because if you die tomorrow, you're going to be there. Everybody's going to forget you after 48 hours. And that's it. The only ones that's going to remember is your family.
Yeah.
You know, and that's life. That's the way it is. So if anybody wants to leave, they want to go anywhere, let them go. Let them go. Because they need to go out there and experience the world, the life, you know, and that's the way it works, you know. So my biggest achievement, to be honest with you, is just the people. I feel, especially in the past 1 year since the pandemic, if I didn't have these people, I don't know how we would survive, man.
Yeah.
I have no idea how we would survive. You know, the times where I sit down and talk to all of them, and I was, especially remember when the pandemic was at the height, and then we had to get that business right.
Yeah.
And we were so worried about the virus.
Yeah. But
And
at the same time, we need to.
we need the money.
Yeah, we need the money. Yeah.
We need the business. We need the money because we were on the brink of closure, right?
Yeah.
Mau harus ditutup itu. Dan dalam saat itu Bali itu masih takut-takut mengenai anak-anak itu kan. And I mean, even I was scared, like I was also peeing my pants too, right? Like, but depan karyawan I have to be that person, right? To say I'm with you.
Yeah.
You know, so I was scared. I was really scared. And if it wasn't this, if it wasn't for our people, you know, really, if it wasn't really for kemungkinan kita nggak bisa loh. I don't think we'd be where we are. We would have been. I would have been gone. I probably think I would have gone back home to Singapore.
Yeah.
You know, with the Bali and this hotel would have been closed. We wouldn't have gotten our salaries and everything. Man, those were just life-threatening moments, man. When you know that the door was slowly closing in, makin lama makin tutup, and you know, aku masih ingat. Remember I was telling you a story about how me and Budiani, you know, my director of sales and marketing. Shout out to Komang Budiani, Tabanan. Yeah. You know, I was nearly about to cry. You know, udah mau nangis sama Budiani. Gimana, Budiani mau cari bisnis ini gimana nih? Ada nggak peluang lain? Ada nggak tempat lain? Adakah pintu lain? Bisa dibuka nggak? Bisa cari? Ya Pak, nanti saya berusaha Pak. Saya cari, saya lihat. And when she left my office, I mean, here was tears, man. My eyes, aku udah mau nangis. I was like, is this the end? You know, is this the end? You know, and I was scared, man. But at that moment, I was so lucky that our people were strong. Our people never gave up. And I can say this to everybody else. You know, you can build the most fancy hotels in the world. It's your people that makes it work.
Yeah.
And
it's the people that makes the difference.
It makes a big difference. And that's why when Marriott say put people first, I really believe in it.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in it, that's your loss. Because you don't understand. You don't understand how
You're
important
missing
people
out.
is. Yeah. And I think it's so important for people to understand that, you know, you need to take care of your people. You absolutely need. And that's the driving factor. And in order to do that, kamu itu harus komunikasi, transparent, honest, share. Make sure you are the one to give that information. And they don't have to. Karyawan itu tidak perlu dengar dari orang lain, atau tidak perlu dengar dari SOCMED and everything else, atau dari luar. It has to come from you. You know, so if you are being honest and you tell them the truth and you tell them what's happening, chances are you won't have, you know, angriness. You won't have people who are upset, or clashes, because they know it can't get any honest. You can't get any more honest than what this guy is saying, right? He's the guy at the top. He knows what's happening. So if he's telling the truth, well, I guess it's true, right? And so I think that was also part of the lessons on leadership, kan? You know, you need to be absolutely be careful on that. And I think biggest success of Fairfield by Marriott Kuta, hashtag Fairfield Bali Kuta, at Fairfield Bali Kuta, is the people. And a big shout out to everybody, representing Kuta 60%. It's all them. It's all them, man. I'm just the guy that's guiding them, but all the work is done by them. Yeah.
So thank you everyone at Fairfield. So how about your most not proud moment?
Oh, for the hotel?
Yes.
So proud moment. Oh my god. I don't know, man. Not so proud moment. This place has been good.
I mean, if you don't have it, then it's okay. We can move on.
Do I really? I don't know. Do you know anything that I don't know? I also don't know.
I don't know, but maybe.
Do I have one? I don't know. Not so proud moment.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know, man. It's been good, even setbacks has been good, right?
Yeah.
Every setback we had was been good. So I don't know whether I'm proud of this place, man.
Yeah.
I really am. I mean, if you come to this hotel, you see my touches everywhere.
Yes.
My data is on this place. So I don't have any. Because every negative situation that happened, it becomes a positive anyway. You know what I'm saying? So nothing that came negative, jatuh sampai ke tanah kan, it actually raised us up. It actually made us better.
Yes.
Jadi nggak ada kok, ya. No, not really though. It's all good. It's all good.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing really. Ilham, you're right, Ilham, my man. Oh man, he's the best producer out here, man.
Sedikit say hello dong buat di live chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Agak ramai nih kayaknya.
Iya.
Oh live chat. Ada berapa orang ni, Ilham, watching the thing? Satu orang aja. Rame ya?
Rame.
Wih, amin.
Bentar, kita baca live chat dulu. Kayaknya sih rame nih.
Oh, nice. Oh, my CHRISTY GD78 is right there too. Oh, cool. A shout out to Lakers, Mamba mentality, yeah.
Yeah. So what's the story with Kobe?
I'm a big fan of Kobe, man. I love Kobe Bryant. I'm a big fan of Los Angeles Lakers. I grew up with the Chicago Bulls because I'm a big fan of Jordan and the team. But as I got older, Lakers became the thing to be with Kobe.
Yeah.
And I bought the book. Just before he passed away, Mamba Mentality, and I started reading about how Kobe works and how he thinks, and I actually applied kebanyakan apa yang Kobe ngomong itu, the Mamba mentality, to my work.
Okay.
How he focuses, how he thinks, and how he plans, and how he strategizes. It's crazy, man, that it's just a basketball game,
but it teaches you so many things.
Business mindset about the way he approaches life. Every game, before, after, during. I mean, those lessons. I mean, if you ever have a chance, if you want to take the book from my office and have a read, please do.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can learn from him, man. The Mamba mentality. It's something, eh? That's the reason why I always been a big fan of Kobe, and I think. People only remember him after he passed, but I was there when he said 18, he got drafted into LA, and all the life after that, and just seeing how he approached the game into kehidupan kita kan. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. So komentar dulu nih.
Whoa.
Okay. First we have Karen De Silva.
Oh, that's my cousin, right here from.
Greetings from Kuala Lumpur.
Sup, Karen De Silva, Nima. Can I do shout outs now?
Sure.
Karen De Silva, Nimal, and their daughter Keisha. Shout out to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I hope the COVID-19 is not killing you all, So.
Stay safe, everyone.
Yeah, right. AstraZeneca is all good. No worries. It's not that bad.
Might be just a little bit painful, but it's all good.
That's it. Exactly. It's not that bad. And just rest at home. Don't go out.
Okay, next we have Nicola Zaki. Nice blue water bottle.
Very nice. Yeah, because he bought it for me. Actually, no. Actually, he didn't buy it for me. I bought it for myself. So Nicola Zaki is my brother, right?
Okay.
The youngest one, the troublemaker. So yeah, I know. I mean, hey, the bottle has been with me for many years. It will not change. Nalgene. No more plastic.
No,
Please bring your own bottle. All right. Stop buying plastic bottles. people. Stop killing the country, the world with your plastic bottles. Be responsible, please, people.
Yeah.
Bring your own bottle.
Next we have Yopy. Hello Pak Chris.
Oh, Yopy! Talk the noise, leave the noise.
Yeah.
Yopy!
And Gede Samyada. Keep real.
Oh, keep it real. Hell yeah, for sure. Sami!
And then we have Stasa Sarjana.
Pak Shaza.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, cool. Hi, Pak Shaza. Oh, awesome.
Okay, we have Eka Swarjana Putra. Pak
Eka
Christy
saja.
terbaik.
Woi, luar biasa. Mantap, Li. Siap.
And then we have Melissa GUNA DESA.
That's my sis.
Yeah, looking so good, brother.
Hey, much love, much love. Love to Arjun and Arya.
And then we have Desa Nana.
Desa Nana.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's Kaliasam trouble. That's real. Kaliasam trouble. Karangasam trouble. Apa ngomongnya?
Big hug from Karangasem, Black Christy.
Itu problem.
Yeah.
Itu problem. Ayo. Ayo Karangasam.
We have Karen De Silva again. So proud of you, Christy. Love you to the moon and back. Bali loves you.
Nice. Very nice. Love.
And then we have Nemal Gilbert. Oh yeah, you're the man.
That's the one in the family who's bald and has got good genes.
Oh,
Yeah, he's the only good looking one with the baldness. The rest of us didn't make it. Imal, you owe me big time, huh? Don't forget my favorite bottle of whiskey.
Okay.
Make it a Glen.
And then another from Melissa GUNA DESA. I love you, Uncle Christy. We can see you on our television.
Must be my nephew and niece, that one.
Yeah.
Arya and Arjun must be. Yeah.
Arjan keep taking the controller.
Arjun, Arya.
Next we have Eka Karina. Salam from Singaraja. Salam Bulldog, Buleleng Dogen.
Mantap, ya. Always for life. Singaraja for life.
We have Wulan Septiandari and Andre Iswara. You the man. And Pangtan.
Right behind.
Yeah. Next door neighbor. And we have Tanika. Oh, my wife actually.
Hey, Ika! What did you say? What did Ika say?
You are a great leader and an inspiration to our family.
Oh, Ika, you're the best, Ika. You're the best.
We will always remember the life lesson you shared.
Oh,
Thank you and all the best to you, Pak Christy.
That's that. Ika, you're lovely. God bless you. You got an awesome husband right here. He's the man.
And then we have Rahmat Hidayat.
Rahmat Hidayat.
Yes.
What do you say? What's that, Rahmat?
Malam Pak Christy and Pak Ruli. Wah,
Rahmat dari kitchen, dari FB service tu.
I think so, yeah.
Apa kamu punya? Apalah Rahmat ni. Mat, apa kamu ni?
And then last but not least ada Diki. Lakers fire.
Diki. Salam kuta Diki.
Okay.
Very nice. Makasih Ilham. Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Ilham, berapa orang itu viewing us, Ilham? 1, 2?
20. Tadi sih sampai 30 lebih ya.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's right. That's okay. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah. Ada juga ya. Kita ada value sikit ya.
Sedikit lah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is your opinion about Bali situation right now?
I don't wanna get into the politics of it all. But I think satu harapan saya adalah I hope that pemerintah and central government dari Jakarta, aku harap adalah they learn from this pandemic. I hope they learn from this pandemic, and God willing, I hope it doesn't happen again. But I know there's a possibility of such a thing happen with the way the virus can mutate and stuff like that. So there might be a iOS soon coming up version baru kan akan
iOS.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at the virus, right? The variant of the virus. You know, so it's gonna be a COVID-19 2021, 21.2, 23.4. I don't know, man. When this is gonna end, but I think you know, it's not about so much about the virus and everything and social distancing, wearing your mask, you know, safety, mama stay at home and all. It's more about, you know, what as the government and what you do, your action and how fast you take action will determine whether businesses are going to live or die. And the more you get into the politics of wealth and money and stuff like that, I think that's where the people who's going to suffer is the masyarakat. You know, I masyarakat actually vote governments in, and I think masyarakat need to be also smarter as well about how they go about you know, kepilihan untuk all the politicians and stuff like that. And so, my only hope in learning is that pemerintah will learn from this. Will be faster. Like some of the islands who do great job is Maldives. I think Maldives is taking, because mereka tergantung ke tourism. That's the only thing they have. And you know, they've done so well of actually taking control of the island, of the country, of the business, and doing things to keep the people employed and surviving without compromising health. You know, and I think that's the kind of stuff that I hope, I really pray that Bali will learn from. And I hope that, you know, whatever akan terjadi in the future, we will be a lot more quick to respond and handle it, because I think from a business point of view, we handle it very well. I think we responded so well. I'm very impressed with the way Marriott introduced things. I'm very impressed with the commitment to clean program. I'm very impressed with how we handle our preventive programs and our measures. I think we did very well. So I think property and business wise, we did very well. So why can't the people at the top be able to do a better job?
Yes.
And that's my only hope. That's my only hope for Bali is that, because you know, Indonesia is big. It's 270 million people, right? I mean, last count, I mean, before COVID-19 was 250, but after COVID-19 270. Duduk di rumah bikin baby aja ya. Kalau di Singapore everybody takes condom, but in Indonesia nobody takes condom, right? Of the supermarket kan. So you know, I only hope, you know, and pray the same thing. We do a better job. Yeah, and telling the world, telling other countries that we are ready to welcome you back, and we want you back, and we are practicing all the necessary health protocols, and we're doing all the right things to make you feel safe. So don't worry, man.
You'll be alright here.
You'll be alright, correct. And I don't even think masks are supposed to stop. I think masks are supposed to go on. I actually feel that you should not stop using a mask. Shout out to Nini Kiken, have the greatest mask out there. Nini Kiken,
follow juga Instagramnya.
Yeah, hashtag at Nini Kiken. They have got the best mask out there that matches your outfit. Jualan lagi aku lah. Alamak.
Komisi ni.
Sikit ya. I think that's the way it is. You just gotta be faster. You gotta do things faster, because it's gonna affect a lot of people. Masyarakat akan susah loh. You know, so that's my only hope lah. Really seriously. Yeah.
So seeing that Fairfield has thrived throughout the pandemic, and then eventually actually doing very well, because you know, the fact that we are not close is one thing.
Yeah,
and then,
sure.
And then reaching the new heights in terms of guest satisfaction.
Yeah.
And all that is, I think, on its own, it's a testimony of how well Fairfield has done so far. Yeah. So with that in mind, if you can have one or two advice that you can share to your colleagues, like fellow leaders in other hotels throughout Bali, or basically to just anyone, what would be the advice?
Waduh, nasihat ya. Gosh, there's so many things, huh?
Your top two.
Don't panic, yeah.
Don't panic.
You know, I know it sounds so simple, yeah. Don't panic. Really sit down and plan your strategy. I think kebanyakan kalau dalam fikiran aku ya, kalau lihat cara orang di atas itu, executives at the top, how tindakan-tindakan yang diambil, how you make decisions, I think you need to really don't get into that panic mode. You need to plan, you need to think, you need to strategize, you need to write. You know, I always believe in writing.
Yeah.
And be positive. I think the second part is just be positive, because I my belief of the universe is that pain is temporary, giving up is forever, right? And so dark clouds is just temporary.
Yeah.
There will always be, like what Komang Budiani always say, there's always a pelangi, right? Shout out to Komang Budiani. There's always that pelangi, and I always believe that there's always it can't be dark clouds forever. You know, there will be good times, there will be good days. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
So if you don't panic, kamu tuh nggak panik, kamu tuh fikir benar-benar, kamu fikir itu dengan jujur, dan kamu lihat untuk masa depan, pelangi ada kok. You know, it will get there. It might take some time a bit, untuk masing-masing tuh beda-beda kan. Ada yang mungkin 3 bulan, ada yang setahun, ada yang 2 tahun. But I think if you believe in it and you go with it, akan sampai loh. No, I don't think it's impossible. I think you will be there. And I think that's what this past 1 year has taught me. I mean, this past 15 months has taught me that if you don't panic and you try to look at the bigger picture, you can see lah, there's something out there, you know. But if you
positive,
yes, and stay yes, and you have to stay positive. Oh, for the love of God, how difficult is that? How to stay positive?
Yeah, with all the
Gosh, you know what I mean? It's easy said than done, yeah. How stay positive? Why don't you try it? You know,
try it and let me know.
And then you know, every time you stay positive for a bit, and then you go like, and then something happens, you go like, oh damn, you know what I mean? You start cursing yourself, right? Like, I just wanted to be positive just for 1 minute, and something happened on the second minute, right? Oh my God, it's man, it's easier said than done, eh? Like, yes, you know you're bleeding of negativity coming out, eh? You know, oh man, I tell you, it's been so tough the past 12 to 15 months, you know. And I think one of it was also, you know, I think a third point to it is just, you know, leaning on to those that you love and you trust. You know, in this case for our hotel, I had a fantastic 10 leaders, right? I mean, Komang Budiani, Ruli, Wulan, Pak Wayan Kartika, Eka, Samyada, Chef Oten, am I missing someone else? Ririn, no, missing someone else? Nofan, yes, that's right, 9, so 9, and then one more, am I missing someone else? Sam. Did I mention Sam? I didn't mention Sam. Oh, Sam. So Sam, I think the 10 of them, the 10 leaders were, mereka adalah, you know, my rock. My you know, when I lean on to them, and aku nggak malu sebab aku kan the leader at the top. I wasn't shy or malu to lean on them, the 10 of them, and say, I need your help now, you know. I need you all to talk to me, tell me how you feel, what do you think we should do, you know, do you have any input? I wasn't shy, and you know that, right? I always came to you all for anything and everything. I wasn't the dictator, right? I wasn't like, my world, my way, or not the highway, or something like that, right? I always lean on you, and I put myself, you know, Esther Legorda, I think she said vulnerability is, I know it's a very big word, is very important for leadership in 2021. If you feel vulnerable and you tell people that yang kamu itu perlu bantuan, they will help. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. But I don't think a lot of leaders, if you know, they feel malu kan, to minta bantuan or to ask for help. It's like, you know, but if you involve the people in the process and you actually open up and share and lean on them, and I think the 10 of you did very well for me, and I think the 10 of you did very well for yourself, and in making this place a success, because every single 10 pintu yang tutup itu, yang 11 dibuka sebab kamu semua yang percaya yang itu 11 itu akan buka, kan, dari itu ceritanya kan. So I think that was the story that make us, you know, why we are who we are, and I think that I don't think a lot of people would understand that.
Yes, unless they are in our position, right?
They're probably over the weekend doing something else. So I don't think they will understand.
Maybe they're doing yoga or something.
Hey, sounds good.
Okay, one of the selling point of Fairfield Sunset Road is our reluctance of plastic.
Yes. I mean, I wish I had the other bottle of Fairfield, but I could have a bottle here, but I don't have it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's the story behind it?
I think the story all started in when I first came here, when I came on board, and I started work, and at that moment I was trying to find inspiration about selling points, right? And waktu itu Pak Wayan Koster, Governor of Bali, came out with no plastic program, that you're not allowed to use plastic. You have to use your recyclable bag and everything. And then I started to look at that directive, that law that was passed, and said how cool it would be for us to be plastic free too. And take into account I had no experience in all this, right?
Yeah.
So I started to read up a little bit more, and I was very lucky because I had a very good friend who's the founder of Refill My Bottle, right? Yeah. And he Alex Tusuk, right? Refill My Bottle, and Alex has been a good friend of mine for many years, and Alex then guided me onto what's next. And then from there I started to brainstorm and figure out, and I didn't realize how bad the problem was.
Yeah.
How bad plastic bottle was in Indonesia.
Yeah. Especially after a couple of weeks ago when we saw the movie Pulau Plastik.
Yeah.
That's the real eye opener.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't open your eyes after watching that movie, I don't know what will.
Yeah. And Pulau Plastik was just an amazing movie. Shout out to Andre as well for being a great producer in that movie. I didn't realize the impact, and then what's really scary was, and I hope to those who's watching the movie, I think what's really scary, apa yang paling takut itu adalah the plastic molecules that are in the seafood, in the fishes, in the kerang, in the clams, and we are eating this seafood, and in our body there is plastic molecules that are in there in millimeters in all our body, and that reality really hurts. And I didn't realize that we manusia, we are creating this problem. We created this problem, and now the problem is back.
We reap what we saw.
Correct. Right. And now everything is back to us. And the fact that we're not too sure how long this is going to continue, we don't stop. And we need to do something about it. Nobody's saying that you have to stop using plastic, and I think plastic is, to be honest, you can't eradicate it because it's so difficult. It takes time. But I think the habits, the way we go about with our day-to-day life, we can make a difference in using less plastic. Like this being a perfectly good example of making a difference. I bring my bottle everywhere I go. I go to airports, I refill my bottle with water. I don't take, when I'm served a bottle of aqua, I'm sorry, you can't mention the brand, but when I'm my apologies, my bad. When I'm served a bottle of plastic, I don't take it because I've got my own water. I responsibly decide that I'm not going to be part of the problem. I want to be part of the solution, right? And I think if every single manusia itu, every single human makes a stand and say, what, enough is enough, don't think we'll have that in the oceans. We don't want to have an ocean filled with rubbish. We don't have an ocean filled with plastics 50 tahun from now. And just looking at what I saw from Pulau Plastik, the movie, it's scary. And that's where I decided, a statistic, right? For our hotel, because every hotel room there's 2 plastic bottles, right? The fact of the matter is we are not using 2 plastic bottles in our room. We are literally preventing 32,966 bottles of plastic going to the landfill. 32,966 bottles a year to go to the landfills.
Wow, that's a sum that we can prevent from making the land actually worse than it already is.
How is that for a statistic? Now let's just say this is for one hotel. Let's just say 100 hotels. Do you know what I'm saying? We're talking about 326,000 times another 100 hotels. How much of plastic that goes out there? And if you look across Bali right now, if you look at the beaches, you look at every corner, there is a problem. There is a big problem. Now, we can talk about plastik itu dimasukkan dalam lantai kuta, seminyak dan semuanya. But go back to the origin, dari mana tu masalahnya?
Yeah.
Dan kalau kami itu, kalau sampah itu masuk ke dalam pantai dan kita tu tengah mancing, nggak mungkin lah ikan itu nggak makan plastiknya.
Yeah.
Nggak mungkin. They are eating whatever we are eating. So it comes back to the fact that this has been going on for about 15 years already. Udah 15 tahun that this thing has been going on. Only now, at least I'm hoping that it's at least, but only now everybody realize that, you know, the plastic is a problem, rubbish is a problem, that we are throwing things into the and listen, maaf lah, Indonesia have to step up. We have to step up. This is our country, you know, this is our negara. Ini tanah kita loh. We have to change the way we work. We cannot keep, I mean, Bali, you look, you know, an organization like Sungai Watch, they are doing all the right things to prevent the sampah from going into the ocean.
Yeah.
Kan? Mereka udah berusaha loh. Nah, ini yang inisiatif dari orang bule loh. Jadi kita tuh di masyarakat tuh kenapa kita nggak mau menjadikan solusi gitu kan? We cannot keep depending on foreigners to help our own country. No, this is our country. This is Indonesia. This is our country. We need to step up. Nggak mungkin kita selalunya harapan orang lain yang akan bantu kita. Nggak mungkin lah. You know, so I think that's very important, and that's why I make a stand. I make a stand for this hotel. I make a stand to not be part of the problem. That I don't want to donate that many bottles to the landfill.
Yeah.
I made that stand, and in a way, thank God, everybody appreciates what we're doing.
Okay.
You know?
So what exactly did you do in the hotel to
so
go
instead
along
of
with the
putting
program?
so instead of putting plastic bottles, mineral waters in a room, I put a big gallon that gets recycled all the time. So you just open up the tap, you drink as much as you want. Chances are that you can drink as much water as you want, more water than anywhere else. But it's in every guest room, and those yang kosong-kosong itu, galon itu, waktu kita ambil yang baru, kita cuma return aja. So it's always recycle. Nggak dibuang, nggak di kemana-mana gitu. So I felt that was one way of making a difference, and we are making a difference. And the best part was, it's actually much more cheaper. That's the best part. From a business point of view, you know what I'm saying?
It's cheaper to get galon.
You know what I'm saying? Jadi, one more idea. The reason why I got the idea was when I was in Singaraja, I saw every home had a aqua gallon, right? And I'm like, that's alright. It's a pretty good idea. How about you put that same concept in every guest room? And the guest has got so much of water to drink, right? It's like the guest, nobody's gonna housekeeping. You know, dia kata, aku ada 1 galon untuk 2 malam, luar biasa. Perlu ganggu sama housekeeping kan? How cool is that? You know. So, but the original of the idea was in Singaraja when I saw the houses having a gallon, and I said, we can do something here. But shout out to Ririn Widarsi. She came up with the whole rack, the concept, the ideas of making it look presentable. So well done, Ririn Widarsi, my executive housekeeper. Gotta give shout out to her as well. So she I was like, bang, all right, come on, let's get this done. She went through a lot of pressure, but hey, good on her. Because it looks great.
Actually, the biggest surprise for me was when I first discovered that was how well the gallon concept is being accepted by the guests. Because gallon is not something that you normally see in a hotel room. In a, you know, it's not something you expect to see when you actually pay to stay. Right.
And I think these days tamu-tamus are all getting educated. You know, I mean, look at the reviews, look at the feedback that's given. Everybody says well done. Everybody says thank you. Pretty cool, right? Are you willing to take the risk to do something different? I did,
and it turns out great.
Not everything turns out great in life, but hey, some things do. And I think it's just the beauty of life. You can go if you want to go that way, or you take a little bit of risk, twist it out a little bit, and have fun with it. You know, at least you can look back and smile and say, hey, at least I tried.
That's correct. Because if you try, you have 50% chance of making it.
Yes.
But if you don't try, then that's 100% failure. Right?
Correct. And I think that's the thing in life, right? I think a lot of successful people have always taken risks in life, and I think that's very, very important. Now, it's easier said than done, Okay.
Oh again.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. I think circumstances dan ada saat-saat untuk ambil risiko begitu loh. Benar-benar I don't think nggak ada buku untuk itu loh. Every situation is different loh.
Yeah.
Jadi kalau memang itu adalah situasinya yang cuma kamu aja yang tahu memang kamu itu mau ambil atau tidak. Kalau juang lah ya, kalau memang oke lah ya.
Yeah.
Kalau jatuh
Yeah.
you know, so yeah, so I don't think there's a playbook for this. Nggak ada.
Okay, one other thing that I found very exciting from you was that despite the pandemic and then despite all the pay cuts and all that, and you in bold, in underline and bold,
pay cuts are a pain in the oh man, how listen, you miss your full salary, don't you?
oh, of course.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I believe everyone.
When was the last time we saw that? December last year, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
December. Yeah.
But despite all the facts that we get pay cut, and yours is even worse.
Yeah.
But you didn't stop to do your own philanthropy thing.
Oh yeah.
So tell us something about it.
All right. Gimana ya? Where to start?
From how did it begin and why?
I think waktu saat tahun lalu lah ya. I think at the start of the pandemic ya.
Yes.
I think waktu saat pandemic, I think 30 I think it was April. When I started to see what was happening in Singaraja, and I really panicked. I was like, oh my god, and I didn't realize how bad it was, right? And taking into account, aku dulu kan kerja dan tinggal di sana, menginap di sana kan, terus nggak pernah sampai gitu kan. And when I actually did see that how people were suffering, and now I still had a little bit of money on my side, and then I started to with my family in Singaraja, with Eka, Ketut Madra, and everyone else, Widya Stini, and Pak Jero Buddha, Erawati from Buddha Bakery. And when I started to see that I could actually be part of humanitarian help, and it wasn't so much of the amount, you could actually help a lot of people, and I didn't realize how much little that I could do could make so much a difference. Man, I was addicted. I became addicted. I became absolutely into bantuan masyarakat. I just went for it. I went like, you know what, that's it. This is my journey now. Yeah, of course, I got my job here and everything, but I'm not going to stop. I felt that at that moment was God's plan, that I had to go in there and help. So, and I just started, doing the sembako. I started helping out this, that. One thing needs to ladder, kids, children, education and stuff. And as I go along, things started popping out. Makin lama makin banyak. Start coming up. And then I started to believe, And the good thing was, masih ada banyak orang yang di luar Bali itu, yang teman-teman gue itu dari luar negeri itu masih cintai sama Bali itu, masih mau sokong. Wanted to be part of that journey with me, And I just continued. I never stopped. And from that moment, I realized that is my karma. It's me. I have to do it. I must. And it's so sad that because of a pandemic, I had to wake up. I wake up for good. Like that's it. And it's not about how much you give. It's about whatever you have. You have no idea how many families you can help and support. And that's why it all started.
Okay, and that's the point where you get to work together with Bali Children Foundation.
Yes.
All the,
And I think all that was just part of the journey. All that was part of the journey. And when I started, working with my Singaraja family and with everyone from Kali Asam and Kayu Putih, I realized from there, then it went to foundations and stuff like that. It wasn't planned. It really wasn't planned. It just went along. And I happened to know people in certain places that appreciated the help that I was doing. And the children and the lansia and the kakek and the nenek. And that's where I and when you see them and you see how much, a packet of rice and eggs matter, And then you realize you don't need so much in life, man. You really don't need so much in life.
That's like a wake up call for you.
Big time. I really woke up and I felt that that was God's plan. That I knew that I had to wake up. I had to really wake up. Until this very day, I don't stop. I'm still doing this program. I will continue to do this program until the day I go 6 feet under. So as much as I can do, I'll keep giving. And I don't, like I said, it's not about how much you give, you know, really.
Yeah.
Ini bukan pasal 1 juta, 500 ribu, 200 ribu. Bukan itu. Itu pikiran kamu itu. What can you do? What can you do to help somebody who needs help? Itu aja. And if you cannot, means you cannot. Ya udah, jangan paksa gitu kan. You can't force. And I think some people just naturally can be able to do it. And if they are able to do it, then they're able to do it. I just feel that it just happened to me. It happened to me at the age of 43.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It would, maybe at the age of 31, I wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
I would be like, come on, man. Like, seriously, mate? Come on. Yeah, it's not my thing, bro. I got bills, yo. You know, I'd be like that. I got bills, yo. You know,
I got this to pay, that to pay.
you know, I ain't gonna do. You know, that's the thing. So, I think it applies differently to tiap-tiap orang yang beda-beda. It applies. Really, it does. It does apply very differently to different people at different stage of your life. And that's how it all started for me.
So regardless where you are, then you will still continue doing.
I will continue to do it. It's my responsibility. It's my social responsibility, and I know, you know satu-satunya adalah satu kakek tu ngomong, you know, di Kali Asam dia ngomong, waktu aku masih hidup ya, jangan lupa aku ya, tolong kirim nasi ya. Kalau saya sudah mati, baru kamu bisa lupakan saya. Man. How really? Her words are still in my head, loh.
Yeah.
You know, her words are still in my head till this day, loh. And I actually put a calendar on my phone every 2 weeks to send sembako to her. I actually put a reminder, and I asked my Singaraja family to help me to send. Every 2 weeks, I put a reminder just to emphasize the importance of this nenek. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, it's hard, man. When someone speaks to you like that, and I'm literally holding her, and she's telling me that, there's no way your heart and your mind doesn't come together.
Yeah.
Man, she's like my mom, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's gonna happen right now, you know, later part when my mom, God bless her, right? When hit that age, what am I gonna do? Am I just gonna walk away? Like, you know, those kind of stuff that crossed my mind too, right? Like, maybe this is God's way of telling me your parents are gonna hit that age too.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the thing, right? It's a start now. I don't know how to deal with it when it comes to that. I mean, nobody has a book for that, right?
Yes.
We all know that, right? But maybe this is it telling me what to do right now. When it does happen, I know what to do. Because when it does happen, and I probably won't know what to do. You know, and probably now I know what to do. But that really melted my heart. Like, and that was where I knew I can't stop, man. I gotta do this. I gotta continue this no matter what, you know. And I know, coming from Singapore, I'm very, very blessed. I'm very, very blessed. And I always share with you, I don't know what I've done in my previous life to get to this. Dalam saat apa yang aku dah bikin yang hidup sebelum ini, aku nggak tahu kenapa aku di saat ini. But somebody in Singaraja did tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, and now I understand. I understand what my life is all about, right? Jadi sekarang aku tahu. Ya udah. So now let's go forward. You know, so.
Wow. Dalam kali, Lam.
Il, kamu masih di sini ya, Il?
Aku apa ya? Dengernya dalam banget.
Iya kan? Bahkan setelah semua istilahnya situasi yang sulit ini gitu ya, Lam ya.
Iya.
The best.
Kamu nih, nanti aku beli motor bintang aja kamu nih. Allah, mama bukan bintang ya. Apa responnya, aku lupa nih minumnya tuh.
Nggak ada sponsor di sini. Coba yang mau sponsor boleh kirim.
Ya. Tadi yang dulu Yopy punya minuman itu apa dulu?
Oh, apa? Diablo.
Wow, that beer is nice,
Iya. Tuh, kode keras Diablo kirim.
Diablo, nice. Diablo is a really good beer, man. Yopy, shout out to Yopy, my man. Man, Diablo, that's good beer.
Okay. Next,
Yes,
Live
sir.
the Noise.
Live the Noise, yeah.
Last year is obviously the first time you
Yeah.
got into contact with Live the Noise.
Yeah.
And why did you decided to get involved with Live the Noise and then eventually supporting us and then letting us do our own thing here in the hotel?
Well, firstly, shout out to you, Ruli, and Yopy, for doing what y'all are doing, Leave the Noise. And it's a fantastic program, fantastic business that you guys are having. I think it's great. I love what you guys are doing. I if why, I think kalau pertanyaan adalah why, I think the answer is very simple. Be different. Just be different and do different things, right? And I think kalau waktu saat itu kamu datang and kamu beritahu sama aku, we wanted to do the show, we want to do this event and stuff like that. My mindset was like, that's so cool. Like, I mean, I've never done this before. I've never seen this before, right? and with the BMX events, it's all that stuff, and how virtually you're doing, and how virtually everything was so cool back then, and still is, right?
Yeah.
And well, moving forward, it's still gonna be what it is, right? Virtual, living the virtual life is still gonna be what it is. And I like the way you guys were doing it, and I thought, oh, luar biasa loh. Live the Noise is doing stuff, and I would love to see where this goes. And I'm very proud of being a partner with Live the Noise and making this happen. And it's all about just being different. And being different and giving small businesses an opportunity to come up, and I think that's where the tanggung jawab comes in. We have to constantly give small businesses a chance to naikkan diri mereka, and we shouldn't be old mindset. Oh, harus begini, harus begini. Oh man, no, those days are over, man. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, I think we are nearing
No, is
to
it?
the end of.
Wow. Okay.
It's been almost 2 hours. Wow.
2 hours.
Almost 2 hours.
No way. It's supposed to be 1 hour, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you doing here, Ilham? Well, I start charging my time, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's right. Holy hell. 2 hours.
Okay, so let's close this with three more questions.
Okay. All right.
First is maybe you have answered this previously, but
Yeah.
anyway, what is your biggest challenge that you have faced so far in your life,
Biggest chance I've faced so far in my life.
and how to overcome it?
Oh wow. I think the biggest challenge in life is future.
Okay.
What's in the future? Apa yang ada di masa depan? Kan? I think that's a challenge. We need to stop thinking about the future. We need to stop thinking about what the future has for us. Kita harus pikir untuk hari ini. Kalau kamu itu bisa bangun hari ini dari your bed, your mattress, or your katil, it's already God's blessing to be alive.
Yeah.
Why don't you live for today? I mean, leave the noise. How about live for today? Right? Let's live for today. Let's not stop thinking. Let's stop thinking about tomorrow, because you don't even know whether you're gonna live for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
So true, man.
Ilham, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know, right? We don't know. Are we gonna wake up tomorrow? We don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I keep telling people, you keep talking about tomorrow. Kamu tuh gila. Kamu sekarang hari ini belum habis. Ini 24 jam tuh belum habis loh kamu. Kamu masih berfikir besok. Do you know what I'm saying? So why don't today you make a difference today? You work today. You make magic happens today. And then tomorrow is tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know. So let's just say kamu itu bikin saving. You save money for like, whatever amount, and you say, oh, it's for the future. But you die tomorrow. Kamu mati besok. So where's the saving?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gone, right?
Yeah.
So this one, but I'm not saying, but I'm also saying be responsible. You know what I'm saying? Jangan boros-boros gitu kan. You know, there is a common sense lah. Yeah. Dalam hidupan. But I think people forget about living for today. And we need to stop that, because now dengan pandemic, everything is changing. You know, you need to love today, you need to appreciate today, and you need to wake up today. And understand that tomorrow is not guaranteed. Besok tu nggak tahu, kita nggak tahu.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the one challenge, is that I stop thinking about the future. I stop worrying about career goals or where I want to go and all that. Aku udah stop. And I think if every single person can, not easy again,
Yeah.
not easy said than done,
Yeah.
It took me quite a while to get that understood, but I stopped doing that. I really stopped. I'm happy every day. And dalam saat pandemic, I've lost friends, I lost family. I think all of us did. Kita nggak bisa pulang rumah for upacara, untuk ngaben and all these things. It hurts. It feels so sad that you can't even see your keluarga and your friends, going away, And I think all this taught me something, that you never know what's gonna come tomorrow. So udahlah, let's go for today, let's live for today. I think that's important. That's so important.
Dalam kali ini.
Goosebumps.
Iya.
Apa sih bahasa Indonesia goosebumps?
Merinding.
Ya, itu dia merinding. Ya.
Merinding.
Ya, merinding sekali.
Next is obviously the opposite of challenge, the failure. What is your
failure.
What is your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
Yeah, I think the biggest failure was just ego, man.
Ego.
Yeah, I think that was what I told you earlier.
Yeah.
It was just ego, and I think ego and arrogance. Gosh, I think the biggest thing is to be kind lah. You have to be kind to people lah, ya. Walaupun apa aja orang yang ambil kesempatan untuk memakan kamu kan, kalau memang kamu tuh kind kan.
People will take advantage.
Manusia is like that lah, they will take advantage. But I think we have to be kind lah. We have to be kind to people, and I think kindness rules the world.
Eventually,
they will. Kindness will rule the world. I think arrogance and ego destroy men. I really do. I don't think you can get far in life. And I think that was my biggest learning is arrogance and ego. So these days I do less talking, I listen more. Ya udah kamu aja, aku dengar aja cerita kamu gitu. Malas kadang-kadang kan. Ya udah. Tapi kalau memang dia tanya, loh kamu ceritanya apa gitu, baru aku buka mulutnya. Kalau tidak aku diam-diam aja. Ya udah. Ada yang orang lain yang mungkin mau dengar cerita aku kan, tapi somebody wanna hear. So tapi kepada sesiapa itu yang mau ngomong, ya udah kamu ngomong aja. I will just listen. I might not take, but I just listen.
I might not agree, but I will listen.
Correct. So it's all good. Okay. Itulah. I think that's the thing lah. Arrogance and ego lah. Ego is the biggest thing. Ego susah loh. Ego is a tough thing. Ego comes with time. When you're muda, a lot of ego. As you get older, the ego is still there. Some enggak ada. Ego is your problem. Ego
and the worst thing is people cannot actually see their own ego problem.
Okay, no. I don't think so. I think a lot. I don't think so. I think orang dari luar bisa lihat, but nobody's gonna tell them.
Yeah.
So I think ego is a big problem in manusia. Oh, tough. Very tough in life, in business, in everything else.
In everything.
We always want to put our muka out there, So, and I don't have a solution. I really don't. But I know that it applies differently to many people. And I think once you drop the ego, kalau udah hancurkan ego, and I think you will understand. You will really understand what you need to do better.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Okay. One last thing is, who is your biggest influence and what did you learn from him or her?
Wow. Biggest influence. So many people, man. So many people. I mean, at different stage of my life, man. I think there's so many people. But one thing I've stopped doing, apa yang aku udah berhenti at this age, I stop asking. Aku udah berhenti untuk menanyakan opinion mengenai keputusan kehidupan aku. I stop asking people on decisions of my life. I stop. Aku selalu akan telefon ini, aku telefon itu. I will ask people, what do you think? These days I stop. For the past 6 years I've stopped. Sebab everybody will have a different opinion. Everybody will tell you something different. And some of the times it might not be what you want to go to. So I stop asking people their opinion or advice in terms of decisions I make. I do it because it's me, and I take decisions based on calculated planning, future planning, and then I make decisions, right? a lot of research that goes into my planning, and then I make decisions. So in the early days, I had a lot of influence. Awal-awal, I had a gentleman called Jeffrey Leong, one of my first general managers I worked with. And then along the way, I met a lot of mentors. I met mentors from Morocco, Karim Faj, Youssef Dari. When I was working at Club Med, I had very good mentors in them. And then as I move along in my other careers, I also met a lot of setan, a lot of evil people.
Yes. And they actually teach you some lessons also, right?
So when you talk about mentors,
Yeah.
aku juga ada yang setan.
Yeah.
So those those so-called mentors yang setan was also part of giving me the jalan juga.
Yeah.
You know how they destroyed me makes me even stronger.
Yeah.
You know, and to be honest, between the yang baik, yang jahat itu lebih banyak. Gila ya. Ya, gila. Yang dari cara kesetanan gitu kan.
Yeah.
Yang paling jahat itu lebih banyak dari yang baik. And those to me were the inspiration of life.
Oh, okay.
Motivators in life.
Yeah.
You know, kamu nggak bisa gini, kamu nggak bisa jalan sini, kamu itu ya oke, ya udah aku nggak ikut jalan. And everywhere I go, I found that it was the best thing not to listen to them. So to be honest with you, now as I get older, I go into virtual world and I feel there's only one person that I respect. I might not have. I met one of them, but I never met another one. There's only two person, right? That I feel on Instagram that I follow very closely. Kalau dari cara business, it's Gary V, right? I feel that his way of thinking about business. Actually, to be honest, what you see right now with me and the way I run business, actually is very Gary V. He's a big inspiration behind the way. And aku dulu di Singapore, I actually attended his talk, and so when I listen to the way he speak about business and how it's run now, that's my inspiration, and I still continue to follow him. About how he does things, and that's where I get my mindset towards doing this. And I think on the second part, spiritually, is Sadhguru. Sadhguru is a very religious, influential man. In a way, he combined Hinduism and way of life, very much like Dalai Lama. And I think he's very open about how to combine those two. And Sadhguru is actually very, very cool in terms of the way the way he puts things out. And I think the reason for that is very much because he's like Dalai Lama, about the way of life and how it's connected to Yang Maha Esa. And those are the two people that I feel at this moment that I feel that guides me.
They have the most influence on you.
At this moment, of course, and it sort of keeps me on my mindset every single day about how to approach life. Either personal or pekerjaan or work life. Yeah, and till this very moment, I don't see anybody else at the moment. I think as you get older and older,
it gets smaller.
It gets smaller, yeah. But I think from a kemanusiaan, I think from a human being, like if you talk about in Bali and all that, there's no one. I actually feel that everyone around me, yourself, Ilham, Yopy, just to share a few names, and everyone that I know, if I talk about Bali, has played a part in my life, has made an impact in my life. And who I am today is because of all that connection. And I feel that every single connection I have with either one of you, through Yopy, Ilham, and yourself, I feel that's part of my journey and that's part of my life. And that should not be forgotten. Yeah. And I think that's a lot more better to embrace and accept dari kita cari-cari satu mentor atau satu gitu. Yeah. And you keep going to that same person all the time. So yeah, I mean even when I sit down and talk to Yopy, I'm so I'm when Yopy speaks, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And it's a different perspective.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And again, like, how open are you to want to listen to that?
Yeah.
And people look at Yopy, with the cap lah, all the tattoo, and everybody like, yeah, Yopy crazy fella. Yopy is a smart man. Right? Yopy has got a lot of ideas. He's got a very creative way of running this place, right? So you think a lot of people will straight away judge Yopy based on the way he looks. But Yopy is a very smart man, and the way he does things is phenomenal. And I actually find that when I sit down and talk to him, I learn so much. But that's human being. That's the human nature.
Yeah.
We are very, very judgmental.
Yes.
We look at somebody and we say,
things that are not true, basically.
Correct. It's crazy the way the world works these days. Yeah, it's so crazy.
All right, Pak, it's been a pleasure to have you here.
Oh man, thank you. 2 hours
2 hours.
Man, that was supposed to be 1 hour. Masih ada orang Ilham, masih nonton ni.
Masih banyak.
Serius ya? Ya ampun tuanku. Maaf ya 2 jam ya. Ini kesalahan dia ni. It's all his fault, you know.
Terima kasih untuk semua noisemaker yang masih stay tune di sini ya. Ini benar-bear podcast terpanjang lah ya.
Ya,
Special edition ya. Luar biasa.
Yeah, but we learn so many things from you as always, because every time I sit down and speak with you, there's always something new that I can learn and apply it in life. And hopefully this is like a special class for everyone who is watching at home or anywhere actually. That many things that we can learn from you, and then we can use in our life, and hopefully it can make an impact and change the way people think and see on things.
Fantastic. Yeah, I hope for that too. I hope that after all been said and done dalam hidup kita, I hope that the one thing I can do is not just talk, but show that I have made a difference. You know, I you know, and hopefully selepas aku meninggal, I reincarnate and I can come back to Bali and live my life again. You know, I always tell you, right? Ketakutan, because I'm half Hindu, right? I'm more Balinese than anybody else. Ketakutan aku adalah kalau aku meninggal, takut itu nanti karma itu aku reincarnate jadi toket. jadi aku tahu kalau aku bikin salah, aku bikin yang jahat-jahat, aku takut nanti kalau aku mati nanti aku balik jadi toket. Parah loh, gitu kan?
Tapi toket mahal, Pak.
Kalau toket itu nggak ada gunaan gimana, gitu kan?
Toket yang besar itu bisa 2 miliar harganya.
Ya oke, tapi kalau itu cara hidup aku kan bosan kan gitu. Di jalan-jalan atas dinding aja gitu kan.
Untuk orang mahal harganya, tapi untuk tokeknya
ya itu lain kan. So pikiran aku adalah if I get a chance, you know, to whatever I do now, my concern now, and I always say this, my concern now is that whatever I do now, I'm concerned about my next life. I'm not concerned about tomorrow. I'm concerned about my next life. I just wanna do the right thing, the good thing now, because my next life, I really hope I can come back and do all things that I've done now, or even better. That's my hope, and that's why I always tell God, and I always sembahyang, and I said, ya udahlah, gitulah, you know. Ayo hari ini bikin apa yang harus dibikin untuk jangan bunuh orang, jangan sakitkan orang, jangan sampai orang itu sumpah ke nama kamu itu. Ya udah baik, kalau memang kamu bikin salah ya udah minta maaf aja, dan jalan aja, nggak perlu kok kamu marah-marah. I mean,
again, it's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done. Yeah, I know. It took a lot of years to get to that. It was, especially with my character. You know, it took a lot of painful years. You know, my brother and my sister were the best buktian of that. You know, but and of course close friends. You know, but then again, it's easier said than done. But I think that's where I stand now. That's where I feel at 43 years old. I keep saying that all the time. I'm 43 years old. I feel that's where I stand right now. And you just gotta go out there and just. Ya udahlah, jangan sakitkan orang lain lah. Udahlah, you know what I mean. That's it.
Okay. It's been a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your
Matur
time.
untuk semua kepada semua di Bali. Thank you so much all around the world. Thank you very much everybody to all around the world. Being around the world. Yeah. Ilham, my man. Thank you, Ilham.
Terima kasih. CHRISTY.
Terima kasih untuk semua noisemaker yang masih stay tune di sini setelah 2 jam. Tapi mudah-mudahan semua yang kita barusan kita dapat dari Pak CHRISTY benar-benar bisa berguna ya. Mudah-mudahan bisa mengubah nih cara pandang kita terhadap hal-hal di kehidupan, karena memang banyak banget yang membuka mata gitu lah ya.
Benar banget.
Jadi ya sekian dulu untuk edisi kali ini, sampai ketemu di edisi berikutnya. Ada Ruli di sini,
ada Ilham di belakang,
dan ada Pak CHRISTY di sini. Stay safe, keep talking the noise, and peace.
Matur suk semua.